Come. Come, Lavinia. Look. My foes are bound. Sir, stop up their mouths. Let them not speak to me, but let them hear what fearful words I utter. O villains, Chiron and Demetrius. Here lies the spring that you have stained with mud, this goodly summer with your winters mixed. You killed her husband, and for that vile fault 2 of her brothers were condemned to death. My hand cut off and made a merry jest, and both her sweet hands and tongue, and that more dear than hands or tongue, her spotless chastity in human traitors you constrained and forced. What would you say if I should let you speak? For shame, villains, you cannot beg for grace. Hark, wretches, how I mean to martyr thee. This one hand is left to cut your throat, slash Lavinia, tween her stumps through the basin that shall receive your guilty blood. You know your mother means to feast with me and calls herself revenge and thinks me mad. Hark, villains, I shall grind your bones to dust. And with the blood and it I'll make a paste, and from the paste a coffin I will rear, and make 2 pastries of your shameful heads, and bid that strumpet, that unhallowed dame, like unto the earth, swallow her own increase. This is the feast I have bittered, and this is the feast she will surfeit upon for worse than Philomel. You use my daughter. And worse thee, Procne I will be revenged. Now. Prepare your thrones. Come, Lavinia. Receive the blood. And when that they are dead, let me go grind their bones to a powder small, and in that hateful liquor I'll temper it, and in that let their heads be baked. Come, come, everyone be officious for this feast, for which I wish may prove more stern and bloody than the centaur's feast. Now bring them in, for I shall pay the cook, and get them ready against their mother. Come.
All right, boys, up you go.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, my legs hurt.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know, the thing about he was definitely holding off. It's interesting that it works both ways. It works when you lose your shit, like you just did, and it also works when it's all in a whisper.
Yeah, which I prefer to do, but I wanted to.
Yeah.
I want to reach a top. That's kind of the exercise.
Yeah, yeah,
I wanted to reach something where when you get so worked up, you can do anything. Like I could have
picked up a car when I get so worked up. You know, well, not literally, but you know what I mean.
Well, no,
I wanted to see how worked up and angry I could
Well, you know, and what's funny,
somebody.
you know, what's funny is that if you were playing this on stage, you could have different degrees of it every night.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you were shooting it for a film version, you could, you know, if the, you know, for a speech like this, if I'm directing and I'm going to let my Titus Andronicus play this speech a number of different ways.
Yeah.
The only thing that would be difficult is when you combine the action of cutting their throats, but you know, before that, you know, you can play this so many different ways, a million different ways. Mm-hmm. And I like it, you know, I like it really whispered. I actually think it's scarier whispered, mm-hmm. because it's like, well, maybe he won't do it. But worked into a rage where the knife comes out and it's just done, and it's done quickly is also kind of like, whoa, he did it. They're gone. They're you know, you never come back from that.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know, wonderful Halloween. I love the makeup. I love the costume. And the great thing is, it's Halloween. You don't even have to take that stuff off. Yeah. You can wear that for the rest of the day. I think it was great. I'm glad you did it. It was fun. Thank you very much. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And thank you, Daniel and Seth.